Saudi Arabia has accused the Israeli government of pursuing a, quote, extremist occupying mentality, unquote, amid a growing row over the suggestion it could house millions of Palestinians in the kingdom. In a statement on Sunday, the Saudi Foreign Ministry accused Israel of what it called continuous crimes and ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people. The statement came in response to comments by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to an Israeli TV channel where he said, quote, the Saudis can create a Palestinian state in Saudi Arabia. They have a lot of land over there, unquote. The Saudi statement reads in part, quote, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia appreciates the condemnation, disapproval, and total rejection, unquote, of Netanyahu's statement by regional neighbours, and that the country, quote, values the positions that emphasise the centrality of the Palestinian issue to the Arab and Muslim countries, unquote. The UAE and Egypt have echoed condemnation. Assistant News Editor Patrick Ryan tells us more.
The comments from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that Saudi Arabia could possibly create a Palestinian state within Saudi Arabia because they have a lot of land over there has been met with a strong response, to say the least, from Saudi Arabia. They released a statement on Sunday from the Foreign Ministry which also accused Israel of continuous crimes and ethnic cleansing against Palestinian people, also stressing that only a two-state solution would lead to peace in the region. Here in the UAE, Khalifa Shaheen Al-Marar, Minister of State, expressed his country's full solidarity with Saudi Arabia, saying that it was standing by Saudi Arabia against any threat to its security, stability and sovereignty. He even went as far as to describe Saudi Arabia's sovereignty as a red line.
Meanwhile, the fifth swap of hostages and detainees under the Gaza ceasefire deal took place over the weekend. Israel freed 183 Palestinian detainees after Hamas handed over 3 Israeli hostages on Saturday. The health of at least 7 Palestinian detainees released in Ramallah was so poor that authorities immediately transferred them to hospital, according to the Palestine Red Crescent. The Israeli hostages were released in Deir al-Balah in central Gaza, where they were handed over to Red Cross officials amid a strong presence of fighters from Hamas's armed wing, Al-Qassam brigades. Israeli President Isaac Herzog said the condition of the hostages, who appeared frail and emaciated, was, quote, a crime against humanity, unquote, and showed the urgency of completing the ceasefire deal to ensure the return of all those being held in Gaza. Talks on the second stage of the ceasefire and a permanent end to the fighting were supposed to start this week, but have been overshadowed by U.S. President Donald Trump's suggestion that the country take over and redevelop Gaza after resettling its population to Arab countries in the region. Lebanon formed a new government over the weekend, ending more than 2.5 years of political deadlock. It's a crucial step by new Prime Minister Nawaf Salam before a ceasefire agreement with Israel is due to expire on February 18. Mr. Salam, who was president of the International Court of Justice, has packed the cabinet with heavy hitters from the business and finance world. He's promised no party will have a hold over the government. Over the past 2 decades, Hezbollah and its allies have held enough seats to challenge the cabinet and exert significant influence over decision-making. That's all for this morning's headlines. You can visit thenationalnews.com for more news and live updates. Yasmin Altaji, The National.